Right, so I want to talk about the Fracture live event from Fortnite that's coming on the 3rd of December at 9 p.m. GMT because I live in London, so it's 9 p.m. It's 4 p.m. Eastern for you guys over in the States, but I know you've got slightly different time zones, so it could be slightly different depending where you are. You've all been advised to log into the game at least 1 hour in advance of the start time, just in case the servers reach capacity. So it's always a good idea to get there early. However, it has been said that you can join in progress. It's the first time I've heard of you being able to join after the event starts, up to 40 minutes after it starts. So I wouldn't risk it, but it's still something worth bearing in mind, depending on the time it starts for you in your place of the world. All players that log in from December 2nd to the 4th, I think it's after 2 p.m. for GMT. Again, you have to work out the time. You'll receive a free emote, and it's called the Toasty Roast emote, all for free. So that's well worth doing. Whether or not we get a Fracture back bling, I'm not too sure. There's rumour that you might have one in game for the event, but whether you actually get one to keep afterwards as a memento, I don't know. The event itself is going to have parties of up to 4. You can play solo. I played the last event solo, but it just put me in with other people, random people I didn't know, just so that we could experience the event together. They're always going to do that. They're not going to sort of just shut you out if you're a solo player or a solo person coming into an event. Apparently, there's going to be special emote mechanic that's going to help you team up or unteam with other parties. I don't know too much about that. Just going to wait and see what happens on the event. Remember, again, it's a one-time event, so you have to be in game to watch it. There's going to be no replays, and you'll be lucky if somebody records it, which somebody will record it and post it on YouTube. Then that's the only other way you're going to get to watch it. So there's a couple of theories about what's going to happen. The theory one is the 0 point becomes fractured, which is pretty much the most common idea at the moment. Fractured how? Don't know. Nobody seems to have a definitive answer. A lot of people are saying Midas is going to return. Will he come from a fractured reality, another reality? Will there be multiple Midases coming from different realities after the reality is actually fractured? Could that be a possibility? So it won't just be one Midas with a golden touch pushing the chrome back. There could actually be multiple Midas with the golden touch. Hence, that's how he'll be able to overcome the chrome of the whole island. Maybe not just one person, but 5, 6, 7, hundreds even. Will the map then turn all gold? That's another good question. Does Midas turn to chrome if he's the only one and he does absorb all the chrome? I wouldn't have thought so, but possibly. What actually causes the 0 point to fracture? Is it Midas forcing the chrome back? Does that sort of cause a reverberation, and does that cause it to crack? Or is it already cracked by the time Midas turns up? If Midas is on the map, where's he been all this time? Where does he come from? These are all questions that I'm quite looking forward to finding out. I know a lot of them are around Midas, but it does sound like Midas is coming back. So my theory, there's been a lot of talk about a fractured map for the next season. The next season's map is going to possibly be 3 or 4 different parts. So will they be like little mini islands? But people are saying it could be parts of chapter 1 map, chapter 2 map, chapter 3 map, all put together to make one new map. So there'll be points of interest from all different seasons. Quite a good idea. Quite like it. There is a concept art that came out a couple of days ago. A user on Reddit called Sweaty Ghost did one. I might post that up if I can find it. My idea, though, is that there will be a fracture and there will be multiple realities. And so when you go through the loop, every time you log into a game, every time you start a new game, it will take a point of interest from each of the chapters at random, and there'll be multiple of them, so maybe 3 at a time, 4 at a time, and it will create a map every single time you jump in that's random, parts of a different map. So different chapter map. So it won't be the same map every time. Although you'll recognize everything from the chapters gone past, unless you haven't played them, it's actually going to be completely new map made up every single time that you play it. Sort of like a bit like Call of Duty, where you have you rotate around different sort of maps. So that might be quite interesting. I think that could be quite good, and that will keep it fresh. So if you've got any ideas or any thoughts, let me know what you think. But I think that's possibly what's going to happen. I hope you enjoy the live event.